Welcome to the Talk Tonight on CBS 5. It was back in April. Democrat Alfonso Davis announced that he would challenge sitting Mayor Stephanie Miner for her job. And it was something that may be familiar to anyone who knows about politics in the city of Syracuse because he has run for mayor before. He challenged Mayor Miner for her job during the Democratic primary back in 2009. And Alfonso Davis is my special guest. We've been talking with all the Democratic candidates for mayor this week. Mr. Davis, thanks for coming into CBS 5.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Why do you want to be mayor?
I want to be mayor because I love this city. And from my perspective, I believe we are going in the wrong direction. And I want to bring about the leadership I think this city needs to begin to build some of our neighborhoods that are falling to the wayside, that have been forgotten, and to maintain those that are already doing fairly well in our community. And I think it takes someone with a vision and some real skill sets in terms of leadership to do that.
Politics always takes someone with vision, someone with the willingness to put themselves out there, but practically, if history is a guide, it generally takes money as well. And I want to talk about this really quickly because the mayor, we know from documents that have been filed with the Elections Board, has spent some $264,000 or has that much money to spend. We know that she's bought television commercial time, and that it does not come cheap. We know that your other opponent, Councilor Pat Hogan, has about 24 grand to spend. And we also know that you did not file. And we know candidates don't have to file unless they spend more than $1,000. Do you know how much running for mayor has cost you so far?
Well, I can tell you this. It's cost me a few dollars. Most of it has come out of my pocket, but I have had some donations come in here and there. And we're the small engine that could in terms of just getting our message out. While I do believe and understand and know that it does take money to really get your message out there, when you come from a grassroots perspective, which I am from, you can do a whole lot with a lot less. But you just have to be dedicated and focused. I believe the mayor had, and she started $348,000. That's a nice pull, you know. It's a nice pull because it affords you the ability to do commercials like she's doing.
Blast your message out.
You could blast that message out, even though the commercials are a little misleading, but it affords you the ability to do that.
What do you think's misleading about her commercials? Everyone has seen them. I mean, you can't watch local news without bumping into one of those commercials.
Say Yes. That's not her program. You know, she didn't start Say Yes. Say Yes was
She could have She could have not funded it, though, right? I mean, she could have decided that it wasn't a priority to put city money into it. Isn't that fair?
Well, there was money coming up prior to that, and Malcolm Smith gave $1 million, and the individuals who started Say Yes and brought Say Yes to Syracuse funded Say Yes. So she didn't do Say Yes a favor in terms of she was going to fund it. There was money already there, but to say that she started it is very misleading to the people of Syracuse. And then if we go to, you know, the cranes in the air downtown, those are under a previous mayor's administration. And so you can't take credit for something that you didn't create. And so it's extremely misleading. And I'm not the only one who understands that. Individuals in this city, voters, know that. I mean, I've heard it just the other day on Barbecue Dinosaur. And a gentleman told me that why is she telling these lies? And I said, well, you know, that's your perspective. He said, well, what do you think? I said, well, I know that a lot of the projects that she's talking about were already in the making prior to her administration.
Alfonso Davis is sticking around because the Talk Tonight continues here on CBS 5. We're going line by line through his plan for running the city of Syracuse. Should he get that honor? We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Talk Tonight. The primary in the Democratic race for Syracuse mayor is next Tuesday, and one of the candidates is Alfonso Davis. He's my special guest for the Talk Tonight. I want to talk about 81, because I consider this debate to be the biggest public challenge we have for the next decade in Syracuse and Central New York. Do you agree with that assessment? Am I alone here?
No, it is a huge issue.
What should we do?
Me personally, I would favor redeveloping it or
Does it have to come down?
No, I don't.
It does not have to come down. So it can still be an elevated stretch of highway that bisects the city.
Absolutely, because if you take down 81 in its entirety, you create a bottleneck for 690 on the opposite side. That would just be horrendous for individuals who are coming in from 81, coming in from Cortland in that area, and you have to literally go all the way around to get to Auburn, or to go to the thruway on the other side near headed towards Rochester and Buffalo. That would create a huge bottleneck. And then the one piece, or the second piece for me, is when they built 81 and they totally dismantled the 15th Ward. That was a very thriving, strong community, particularly for the African-American community.
Very much so.
Totally destroyed it.
A lot of people say it was a racist decision.
Absolutely, because they were never brought into the conversation. And if they tear it down, we will be doing the exact same thing, because now you have people in public housing who you're not engaging, you're not bringing them, making them a part of that conversation. So are we doing the exact same thing? We're not bringing them into the conversation? And that falls to the question of, do they matter? Are they invisible? Because that's what I heard when I was down there collecting signatures.
That's the pulse of the city from the people you're talking to. Alfonso Davis, I want to say the website, Alfonso, A-L-F-O-N-S-O, Davis.com. I wanted to get to some of your points here, particularly public safety. People can read up on that. Good luck next Tuesday, sir. Appreciate it. This is The Talk Tonight on CBS 5, and you can watch all of the interviews done with the candidates for mayor in the Syracuse Democratic primary. They're posted now at cnycentral.com.